I saw the work in the National Gallery of Australia 7 years ago, or actually longer, 10 years ago, and found it a very strange piece. I found it strange mostly because when it said it was supposed to be looking at Maori and Pacific people, I couldn't see them like that at all. We've got an image here and they've got sort of Grecian clothes, and they just didn't look anything like what I would think of as Maori and Pacific people. But actually my aha moment, my sort of moment when it really hit me in the guts, was when I, a couple of years later, pulled out the catalogue for the book, and then really was suddenly struck by what a strange work it was, but why it was such a great place for me to kind of talk across time into. That the people in the 18th century were using a whole lot of other illustrations and ideas and creating the wallpaper as a structure to push these images into, because of course he wanted to sell it. He wanted to sell it into museums and stately homes and sell it as an Enlightenment idea, this idea of the times. Whereas my interest in this particular work was to correct a woman 200 years later using video technology to construct this kind of large tableau, these images of Maori and Pacific people, and correct what I thought that they should actually look like. So being a more experienced artist means that the projects I'm working on are much longer, much bigger. They take a lot of time. I might come up with an idea and spend, really a lot of time thinking through how to produce it, how to go about making it, how to meet a team of people, who's going to help me create an idea, taking it from an idea and then making it into a physical thing that other people can see. It's taken me a long time. I spent a year just even deciding where the horizon line would sit in my project, because with technology, once I'd set the pixel ratio of the work, then I couldn't go back. So I really was what I call future-proofing it. I was future-proofing it for a presentation that still doesn't even exist yet, because if money was no object, I would be able to show the work in the way that I would like to. But of course, I know that I want to take it into museums such as Te Papa, show it here at the Auckland Art Gallery, but I want to, in a future time, be able to share the work with different Pacific Island groups who do not have access to the technology that we have now. So it's really thinking about time in many, many different ways, and trying to keep the work as open as I possibly can, so that the conversations talk not only back to the 18th century, but talk to people in the future who will get to see the work. And indeed next year when it goes to Venice, there are going to be different types of conversations. So the wallpaper acts as this incredible piece of architecture that allows a lot of different aspects to be spoken about. They're the ideas of culture, they're the ideas of technology, they're the ideas of speaking through time. And I think particularly Maori and Pacific ways of thinking through time, about the future and the past and where we are now, I try and embody that in a lot of the works that I do. I spend a lot of time making the works so that they've got a lot of ideas in them, so that they last a long time. Some artworks are very, they might have one point that they want to make, not to denigrate that, but I want it to be a slow burner. I want people to want to spend a lot of time with them. I'm a video artist. I love video, I love looking at cinematic practices, and with cinema, really script writing, storytelling, costume, deep ideas, and by imbuing my works with that, I want the audience to spend a lot of time with them. And it's quite a difficult thing to do within a gallery context, but that's something that I really push towards in the works that I make. So time, it's all about time, working in the time-based arts. With the work that I do, working in time-based media arts, it's really, if you look at the credits that sit on the end of any feature film, is really interesting, because then you can see every kind of job that might happen on a feature film, and it comes from the actors to the special effects designers to the camera teams. There are multiple jobs that happen, and so as an artist, my job is to come up with the best idea that I possibly can and make it really intriguing, because I'm inviting people to come and work with me and to give up their time and or share their face or their skills on a project. And so then what we do is discuss my ideas and try, and the great thing about collaboration is that then you can tease out more, you can get an even better idea, you can get better quality of work that eventually gets created and packaged up, that then becomes a kind of a finished object that then goes out into the world, around which other conversations start to get generated about and from.